Hi, I'm Hub Arkush for Pro Football Weekly along with Associate Editor Dan Parr. We're previewing all 32 NFL teams as they kick off the 2012 NFL regular season. And you know, the Carolina Panthers were actually one of the most improved football teams in the NFL last year. That only got them to 6-10, but from 2-14, that was a big leap. Can they take another leap? Did they add enough during the offseason?
Well, it's going to have to come from the defense if they do, and that's where they focused in the first round of the draft, taking Luke Kuechly, linebacker, one of the best additions for them in the offseason. Mike Tolbert on the offensive side was a guy who's going to come in and play fullback, be a versatile weapon, I think, that Cam Newton can utilize in that backfield. And also, of course, we have to mention Jon Beason. Now, we haven't seen him quite get back to full strength yet, but were out without him for 15 games last season. If he comes back and is his old self, that is a huge addition for the Panthers.
You know, the losses they suffered were guys who were once very good players but hadn't done much lately anyway. The Jeff Odas of the world. Who else did they lose that they've got to worry about?
Well, Jeremy Shockey's probably not going to be back. I know he's a free agent still, but this is a guy they seem to have moved on from, and he was a productive player for them last season. Greg Olsen has to do it on his own now. And also, Dan Connor was a nice backup piece at linebacker. Don't want him to be your starter, but on special teams and as a backup, he was a guy who played pretty well for the Panthers.
Now, if you're going to be optimistic about Carolina in 2012, where does it start?
Well, the offensive firepower, Cam Newton, coming off the season he had. Does he take another step? Is he more efficient with the ball? Cut down on mistakes. But obviously, that's a loaded kind of type of offense. So you look at the backfield, D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart, we mentioned Tolbert, and all that Newton can do. They have a lot there on offense.
Well, and the pessimism is very similar to the optimism because with quarterbacks in the NFL, that sophomore slump can happen. Other than that, let's assume Cam Newton's Cam Newton. What else are they worried about?
Who's going to catch the ball if Steve Smith isn't doing it for the Panthers? They don't have a lot of depth at wide receiver. Will Brandon LaFell step up? That's a guy they need to have a much better season than he did last year. There's lingering concerns about the health of key defenders like Jon Beason, Thomas Davis. The pass rush, if Charles Johnson isn't getting to the quarterback, I'm not sure this team has another guy who's going to do it consistently.
Well, our writers and editors seem to believe in the Carolina Panthers. The poll says they take another step up, make it to 500, 8-8, and third in the NFC South. We shall see, as well as taking a look at all 31 other NFL teams. In-depth previews, they're available right here at ProFootballWeekly.com.